side since you filled that out? Good, so you're ready for exercise today?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. So this is the reformer. So this part here is the carriage. So this part is the bit that moves. And we've got some straps that we'll play around with shortly and some springs under here which I will adjust throughout the class. So you come onto the reformer. If you just sit your left bum cheek on the edge and then your right hand coming onto this shoulder rest and then kind of roll yourself in, lovely, and then we're going to place your feet onto the foot bar, really nice. So just want you to settle into this position here, keeping your feet hip width apart, lovely, and then just coming into this little pelvic tilts like we do in our mat work. So just inhale as you send your hips or your pelvis down towards your feet into that 6 o'clock position, and then exhale as you roll your pelvis towards your head to that 12 o'clock position. Good, so just keep rolling there, working with your breath. Lovely, and then just find that middle point between those two positions. So we've got our pelvis in that nice and neutral position. Really good. Okay, so what I'd like you to do here is place your heels onto the bar. So making sure feet are still hip width apart, that's really nice. So really feel your kind of thigh bones sitting into your hip sockets. Keeping your shoulders down, lovely, so we're keeping those fingers nice stretched away. And then I'd like you to take a breath in. And on your exhale, I'd like you to push your heels into the bar, sending that carriage away, really nice. And inhale to bring yourself up.
Springs.
So let's just adjust. And a little bit more onto here.
So check that first before they come down. Yeah, good. I was waiting for you to see it.
Too late. So push your heels in and send it away. How does that tension feel? Light, medium, heavy? Medium. Okay, good. So really lengthen, so feel your legs growing as you're pushing into the bar. And bring them in, really nice. Good. Last one here. And bring yourself back in. So we're going to keep our heels on the bar, but I'd like to bring your feet a little bit wider apart. Good. And then just kind of let your knees drop to the side and then bring them back in just slightly. So we just want to make sure that our knees are in line with that second toe. So we're coming out, just bring your knees out really slightly there. Good. So keeping your toes kind of lifted up towards the ceiling. Excellent. Keeping that pelvis in a nice neutral position. And again, inhale to prepare and exhale to push your feet into the carriage, sending the carriage away. Good. So exhale to come away. Inhale to come back in. Nice. So we're just focusing on our adductors a little bit more here as opposed to this rotation. Really good. Let's do 2 more here. So keeping that control of the carriage as we bring it back in. Really nice. Good. Okay. So if you now bring your feet a bit closer together, and we're going to come onto our balls of our feet or our toes, between our toes, that's it. It's almost like a bird perching onto that bar, we've kind of got that position. And then I'd like to bring your heels together. So we're coming into that V position. So if you just bring your toes a little bit wider apart, that's it, good. So we've got our feet into that V position. And again, take your breath in, and then exhale to push away. Good, so kind of zipping your thighs up as you extend the carriage away. Good. And come back in. So think about having a marble in between your heels that we're just kind of holding onto, so they're just lightly touching. Lovely. Let's do 2 more here. So keeping that pelvis in that nice neutral position. Think about the ribs staying down towards your hips. Lovely. And the last one here. And then bring yourself back in. Excellent. Okay. If you bring your legs parallel now, so your feet are still on the balls of your feet, and then just bring your feet together. That's it. Lovely. Really nice. So again, take your breath in. On your exhale, extend that carriage away. Lengthening through the legs. Inhale to come back in. Really nice. Good. How's that tension feel? Still about medium?
Probably light.
Light? Okay. Yeah, so we could add a little bit more if you still feel that's light. So bring yourself back in. We can just add another.
Just take the platform out of the way, and then you can.
Okay.
Yeah, don't need it.
There we go. So try that. So you're pushing into your balls of your feet. Does that feel a bit heavier? Yeah. Still very medium.
Can
on
she
this-
go hip distance apart rather than adducted? Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And slide your toes down just a little
Yes,
bit
so-
lower.
So you kind of as if you're
Yeah.
on your tiptoes, like kind of.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. So on this next one, extend the carriage out and hold it here, and then on your inhale, I'd like you just to lower your heels underneath the bar. Okay, so keep those knees nice and long. So keep your knees nice and long, so they're stretched out, that's it. And then we're just going to lower the heels underneath, and then push back into your toes to send the carriage away. Good, and we get low. So we're coming into it with calf stretch, so you should just feel that down the back of the leg. Just stretching it really nice. So inhale, we come down, exhale, push up. Good, really nice. Let's do one more here. Lovely, and then bring yourself back in. Stop that. Good. Okay, so we're going to come on to single leg now, so we will just take a little bit of that tension off. Okay, so if you from here bring one leg into tabletop position, so we just want our knee above our hip and shin parallel to the floor. So really just feel that nice comfortable position where your thigh bone just sitting into your hips, okay? Take a breath in. On your exhale, let's push into that one leg into the foot bar, lovely. Keeping the other leg really nice and stable, lovely. Good, keeping that pelvis in nice neutral position. Keeping your ribs down towards your hips. Good, how does that tension feel? That one is okay, good. Lovely. So on this next one, we're going to come into a little bit of a bicycle movement. So as this leg bends, I would like your free leg to then extend nice and long, really nice, good. And then bring it back in. So with this one, you can exhale as you send that leg away, and inhale to come back in, good. So we've just got that little bicycle movement here, a little bit of coordination. Lovely, really nice. Let's just do one more here. Lovely, and then place that foot back onto the foot bar, and then we'll do the same on the other side. So lifting this other leg into that tabletop position. Good, so really feeling that thigh bone just sitting it nicely into that hip socket. Good, and then exhale as you push the carriage away, and bring it back in. Lovely, pelvis staying neutral. Think about that little space underneath the lower back. Just like that little light tunnel, so we've got that gap between our back and the couch. Lovely. And then on your next one, so when that leg bends, we're going to extend that up your free leg out nice and long. Lovely, really nice. So we're just checking alignment here, so make sure we're tracking here on our yellow lines. Good, so really nice. So really reaching that leg out nice and long. Lovely, let's just do one more here. So exhale, push the carriage away, and inhale to bring yourself back in. Really nice. Okay, we're going to come on to a little bit of arm workout now. So just behind you here, we've got some straps. So I'd just like you to place your hands into the smaller loop. Lovely. Good. So let's just check the springs here. I'm just going to bring this a little bit lighter. Our arm movements. So if you reach your arms up to the ceiling, so fingertips really reaching up nice and high, keeping your shoulder blades in contact with the floor, just come forward slightly, so bring your arms to back here. That's it, good. And then if you imagine your fingertips here at 12 o'clock, I'd like you to push into the straps to bring your arms down to a 3 o'clock position. Good. Don't forget to take your legs into tabletop position, so bring yourself back up, lovely. And then bring your legs into tabletop, so both legs, good. So again, making sure hips are nicely in a nice neutral position, thigh bones settling into your hip bones there, good. So and again, push down into your hands to move the carriage. Lovely. So exhaling as we push down, and inhale to bring your arms back up, really good. On this next one, I'd like you just to keep your arms down by your waist, so keeping your elbows quite tucked in, and then we're going to bend at the elbows to bring your fingertips back to that 12 o'clock position. Lovely, and then push down. Yeah, that's it, really nice. So we're working on triceps a bit here, so through the backs of the arms, keeping that pelvis nice neutral position.
What do you notice about her shoulders? She corrected it more with this one, but go back to the straight arms. And then, yeah, so load, like she said, yeah. can you see how the top of her shoulders are almost pushing forward a little bit?
Okay.
Can you see almost the ball of the arm? I can see it from this side, I don't know if you can see it from that side. But the top of her arm is almost
Right,
coming
okay.
forward. So so come back up. And really feel the ball of your arm is sitting really into your sockets, and don't go so low. So keep it, that the arm is nice and straight at the bottom from shoulder to hand. So we don't want them kind of going into
Right,
that.
okay.
It just looked like the shoulder was almost coming out of the socket every
So
time.
they're pushing forwards like
Yeah,
that.
so
Okay.
she needs to keep the ball of the arm sitting really in the socket of her shoulder. And that was better. I don't know if you can see that
Yeah.
difference. When she did the tricep, she actually corrected it because she had to stabilize a little bit more.
Okay.
So I was about to say something, and then do you see how her shoulder is staying more still when she does that? Can you feel that, Katie?
Yes, I think so, yeah.
And she is slightly turned out with her hands, so she's kind of leading almost like this. Turn the palms in, Katie. Yeah, now chop. And see if she feels, so the arms kind of stay more when her hands are more in.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
But
so
you don't want to
we're
see a lot of
rotation.
movement up here. You want that to be really, really stable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lovely. Let's just do one more here then. Bring those
Good.
elbows up and then push them back up. Lovely. Really nice. And then bring your feet back onto the foot bar. And let's take the straps. So we're going to come on to bring our feet into straps now. So what I'd like you to do is just bring one leg up into tabletop position and then place the foot strap around, so a larger loop around your foot. Lovely. And then put all of your weight into that one. And then we can lift the other one. And
You can
release.
help them with this.
Okay.
Yeah, in the induction. Yeah. Great.
Lovely. Okay, and then just push into my hand a little bit there, bringing those knees into that nice neutral position. Good. Arms down by your sides. Lovely. Okay, so from here we're going to come into a knee bends. So what I'd like you to do, just push into my hand and bring your legs to about 45-degree angles. Yes, about there. Perfect. And then bend the knees. Come back in. Lovely. So how does that tension feel in there? Quite light. Okay. Your chest.
That's okay. So if you let her knees bend in,
So let your
knees come right in. I mean, ideally we're not doing this, but that's
Yes.
okay too. Yeah, because then you've got to really stretch, and then her body goes in there. Take the blue off, so she just has two reds. Yeah, yeah. So ideally you would have to
Yes.
take the straps off and
Should I just say yes?
No, it's good. It's good for her to practice.
Yeah, this is how I'll know next time. Like, check it goes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Good. So bring the knees back in and then push away. Good. So those legs coming to that 45-degree angle. Keeping that control through that movement. Lovely. Good. Okay, so on this next one, keeping your legs here, and then we're going to reach our legs up towards the ceiling. So coming into that straight press. Lovely. Really feeling, so don't come back quite so far from there. Good. So hip bones in line there with your thigh bones. Lovely. And then push down to that 45-degree angle. Lovely. And
too big.
Smaller.
So what's the
Smaller
most
movements.
important thing she needs to think about when she does her leg circles?
Pelvis stability.
Yeah. So you need to keep your pelvis very neutral and only make your circle as big as your pelvis doesn't move.
So if you think your pelvis is here,
Yeah.
so if you're opening really wide, so that can end up moving your pelvis. So if you really focus on keeping that stability,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
only moving your legs around so that that pelvis is staying really
What
still.
could she have underneath her to help her get feedback for that? Yeah.
Yeah. So just bring your legs up, so just bring your.
I'm just curious
Yeah.
whether then she feels more.
Good. Try that. Can you feel that now? Just focusing on that stability a little bit more.
So keep the back of your pelvis connected to that block. Don't go so low. So I want you to do no, so do the smallest range you can, keeping the pelvis on that block so it doesn't tip down or up. So it's there. When she goes down, she almost lets go a little bit.
So if you can kind of like your sacrum kind of glued to the
Yeah.
mat. Yeah, so like
Yeah.
heaviness in your waistband.
Yeah. Yeah, that's better now. Just see if she's reining it in a little bit. It's that she doesn't go too low, that she loses the pelvis. Yeah, good. Okay?
Yeah, good. And then go back the other way. So just scoot your legs up and then round. So again, focusing on that pelvic stability.
That's fine, honey. You can take it slow.
Okay. So that's fine. Yeah, so if you bend your legs coming back into that tabletop position and then take one strap off, you just take that one off, and then place that foot onto the foot bar. Lovely, and then you can take that one off and place your other foot onto the foot bar. Excellent. Good. Okay, so we are going to come off here. So if you just come off the way you came in, so rolling over, bringing your hand onto the shoulder rest. I can do, yeah. Lovely. And rolling that out. Good. So carriage is always being mindful of that bit moves. Okay, so from here we're going to come into some long box movements. So I'm just going to place this onto the reformer. So we're going to come into our prone position, which is lying face down onto this box. Change the structure a bit. So if you place your hands onto the corner of the box, slide your hip on as if you're coming onto a surfboard. Sorry, Katie's on a moment. Move that. There we go. Okay, so we want your chest to be on the box, and I really want you to feel length through your legs here. Do you feel comfortable there? Yes, so just place your hands onto the reformer here. Good. So keeping a lift in your belly, so imagine you've got that little break under your belly button, so keeping that nice lift. Keep that length through your legs, and I just want you to really round over, just kind of flex, just let yourself curl around over the box. Lovely. And then I want you to take a breath in, and then on your exhale, we're just going to lift up through the back, so that's it, there. And then bring yourself back down. So always imagine here that your head is in water, and then as we come up, we're just coming to that point where our head, our shoulders and our heels are all just coming in just above the water.
Try and move with her cueing, Katie.
Sorry.
So take them back over, and then so lift, so you're just coming up, just think about that top of the water, we're just coming to that surface, yeah, really nice, good, just there, and then bring yourself back down. Lovely, let's just do one more here, keeping that lift in the belly, coming to that length through the ribs, good, and then bring yourself down. So from here, if you just hold on to the ropes of our straps, good. So just kind of let your arms fall here.
Springs, what have you got?
I've got blue and yellow. So, what I'd like you to do here, I'd like you to take a breath in to prepare. On your exhale, I just want you to start pulling your arms backwards, lifting up really slightly just so that you're coming to that top of the water. And then on your inhale, I'd just like you to pull your arms back a little bit more, so it's okay. So you come back into that start position. Okay, so we're just going to inhale to prepare, exhale as you just sweep your arms backwards. Yeah, just so then you're coming to that top of the water. And then I'd like you to inhale, bringing your arms back a little bit further. So
against the,
Yeah.
oh,
So
sorry.
then I want you to come into that lift. That's it, good. So think about lengthening through the front of the body, shining your chest forwards.
Sorry, I was thinking about dinner.
That's then exhale to bring yourself everything back to that start position. Good, so just let your head drop as you come to that start position, lovely. Okay, so again, inhale to prepare, exhale as you reach back.
Work with her
And
cues,
then
Katie.
inhale to come up. That's it, good. So keep that length through your legs, and then exhale to bring everything back down.
Because I want her to do it as if you don't know it already. Yes.
I don't know.
So inhale to prepare, exhale to just pull your arms backwards, coming to that top of the water, and then inhale to lift up through the chest, good. And then exhale to bring everything back down, lovely.
If we had more time with her, what is she doing?
Raising my legs.
No, it's
Do it one more time, Katie. She's not bad.
yeah, crease.
Yeah, do you see the crease
Yeah.
in her low back? So
I'm
we
doing
would, you're just hyperextending in your low back. So when you come up, where do you feel it?
Do you feel it here?
here.
So we should be feeling it here.
Oh.
So if we had more time,
Yeah.
we would correct her.
Just
But
correct that.
yeah, that's fine. But you gave all the cues. That was beautiful. Okay.
So if you just come into tricep extension, so if you just pull your arms back to that position, lovely, we're going to hold here, and then just bending from the elbows, we're just going to bring the ropes forwards, good, and then again, just drawing back, so we're just feeling that in the back of the arms, lovely, so make sure we're keeping that length through the back, making sure we've kind of got space here,
It's better now, isn't it?
good, yeah, yeah,
But she's in more of a straight line.
yeah.
She probably could lift her head up a tiny
Yeah,
smidgen more.
probably
Yeah,
slightly,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
There she goes. Pretty good though, yeah?
Good. Yeah. And then release yourself back down. Really nice. You can let go of the ropes. And then just come off the way you came on. So hold on to the corners of that box. Slide yourself off. And okay, we're going to come into our oblique twist now. So with this one, we're going to come sitting onto the box. Okay, so facing me again. So let me just check. We're just going to take that really off. So yeah, if you come sitting, facing this way. So just sitting into the middle of that box. Good. So here I like you to really feel length through the spine. So really feel that your crown of your head is reaching up towards the ceiling. Think about those little bubbles in your spine and making sure you're giving them space within it. And then we're just going to do this. So we're just going to hold around here. So I really want you to kind of almost come into that like tree hump position. And then I'm just, is it okay to do it first without this?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Okay, so what I like to do here, sitting up really nice and tall, take your breath in, and then on your exhale, I just want you to rotate around to one side really slightly, good, and then come back to centre. Exhale to go towards the other side.
Oh,
Yeah, just because the movement's going to come from there, so just slightly here. So I want you to keep length from the spine, and this movement here is coming from our ribs. So you think about your sit bones really staying really nice and firmly into the box. And this movement is just coming from here, yeah, really nice. So keeping your chin in line with your nose. Excellent, good. So then we're going to add a little bit of resistance. So I'm just going to give you a strap on. So hold
this way.
yeah, so tuck your hands in there, and so you're just kind of, holding on to that little strap, just so you've got your hands in there. Good. Yeah, that's comfortable for you. So still sitting up really nice and tall, keeping your shoulder blades down, or keeping that nice and wide over your upper back. And then take your breath in just to come a little bit this way. So rotating around a little bit towards me first. Yeah. And then we're going to rotate around a little bit more that way. Good. How does that feel with the tension?
Yeah.
Is that okay? Yeah. So just imagine yourself like a Rubik's Cube, so your bottom half is staying really nice and still. And then we rotate turning around. Really upper back is keeping that length through the spine so you're still sitting up really nice and tall.
So she's rocking about a lot. Yeah, just pause, Katie. Go towards the ropes like Sarah said. Good, stay there. Lift nice and tall. I want you to feel your exhale almost moves you. So feel like you just go taller as you start to spiral towards the right. Go taller, taller, taller like a spiral staircase. Try and let your upper back move your arms, not the other way around. So go back slowly towards the ropes. Yes, slowly let your upper back move your arms. Yes, stop. Then come back, let the upper back return. Let the upper back rotate your arms. Yeah. She's just kind of pulling a bit with her arms. Yeah? Does that feel different?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay, lovely. So let's just take that from you. And then if
That
you
makes sense?
Yeah, it does, yeah. If you step off, just walk yourself around and then do the same on the other side. It is warm here.
Yeah.
Sorry. I fell had two older people, so I thought our youngies can handle in here.
Absolutely. So let's just hold on to this. Yes, find it so it's comfortable. Hugging around, keeping that like width in your back, so make sure you've got space here.
Do you put it at chest or under boobs?
Okay.
It just depends on boobs.
Okay.
So chest is okay, but maybe see how that feels.
Okay, yeah, that might be a little more comfortable then. Okay, so good. So we're going to take a breath in, and then on your exhale, just turn over to a little bit of that tower there. Good, and then rotate around. And this one, good. So again, just slow that movement down a little bit. Good. So just moving from your ribs.
So should this bit be touching your, or does it matter?
Yeah, so the pad touches the under boobs.
So good. So keep that length through your spine, lengthen. Nice and good.
Now you wouldn't have time probably to do both, so I would do the
Okay.
prep that way, because she's done both
Okay.
sides, then do the rope, turn around, do the rope. Yeah, it's fine, we have about until, well, as long as we have 5 minutes to clean
Yes,
up.
keep it in your hands, yes, just so it's not pulling on your wrists. So keep it in your hands.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. And then rotate around to that side. Yeah, just bring it right around. Good. And then back to centre and a little bit this way. Good. So just think about movement going from your ribs, almost like your ribs as a steering wheel. Turn yourself around. Good. Let's just do one more.
Yeah, I'm desperate to come up. She's just not breathing, so she's not connecting to her core. So I want you to breathe.
Story of my life.
Is this a blue or a yellow?
Well, I think it's too light.
Okay. So we'll try this. Take a breath in, and then exhale as you burn. That's enough. I want you to feel very elastic with this, not forced. So the brain is thinking this has to be bigger than what it is. Really feel like you're pushing from your right, not pulling from your left. Okay, that's a bit more control. What would it feel like if your legs were dangled? Control it though, control it. Yeah, so she's shifting a bit rather than twisting.
Yeah, because even we notice like legs are sort of starting to rotate in that
Did
way.
it feel better with the legs dangled or? Yeah. You could see she was kind of almost pulling with her legs a little bit. Yeah. But I need a little bit maybe more core control, more elevation, and just slow down. Maybe you could time it.
Okay.
Like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It's a bit better.
Yeah.
So she doesn't just go bing,
Yeah,
bing, bing.
so backwards.
Okay?
Okay, perfect. Lovely.
So do biceps.
Yes, so we're gonna, if you just spin yourself around so you're facing this way, so we're gonna have your legs either in between the shoulder rests or either side, so find that comfortable position. And I want you to again really feel length through the spine. You can take hold of the shoulder straps. Arm straps, sorry. So you just place your hands into the small loop and just make sure your wrists
too far.
So just roll back to the point where you can just hold. So switching those abdominals
Why
on.
am I asking her?
So just keep on with the straps to start with. So we're going to come into some little bicep curls. So yeah, bring yourself back up.
Like that?
Yeah.
Is she on a blue still?
Blue.
So
Yeah.
I would bring her up to maybe a red and a blue or red only, and then she's got more support when she rolls down. I know this is hard to make sure we change the springs. Okay.
So again, so just think about rolling back, so opening up that crease, but making your spine coming into that little C shape. So just where you can hold, good, and then roll, sit yourself back up.
You see how she's so much better now, she's got the extra spring?
Got that
Yeah.
little spring there, yeah. Good, let's do one more here, so we start through the spine, and then roll back down through, good. Lovely.
Notice
So-
how her feet are coming off. This is very, very common.
Okay.
Okay, so remember the sit bone cue.
Oh yes. Okay. Yeah. So as you roll back, think about rolling your sit bones forwards. As you roll back, creating that C shape. Good. Make sure heels are staying in contact with the floor.
That might be a good idea, have hand there.
I think I remember it. So roll back. So
And connect to your heels, Katie. So really feel like your heels are pressing as the sit bones roll under you.
Yes. Sit bones press it. Yeah. So hold. So hold this position. Bring your arms out in front of you, and then come onto these little bicep curls. Good. So really keeping ribs down towards your hips, keeping that abdominals connected. How does that feel? Yeah, good.
She's kind of more straight than rolled.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's okay. Come back up. Take a breath in. Calm. She's hyper.
Yeah.
So we're just going to calm.
So just what we're going to come into that roll. So if you think of your pelvis as that bowl, and we're just going to kind of tip the water out the back, sending your sit bones forwards
Yeah.
as you're rolling, opening that crease, and getting that nice C shape in your spine. So almost like sticking your
Just keep your arms out in front of you, Katie. Just focus on the roll back.
Yeah.
Oh, leaving.
Well, just have hold of them.
Yeah, and then just roll back. Yeah, still a bit more of a hinge, isn't it?
Yeah, so roll your pelvis so you're coming to the back of your knicker line. Okay, then come back up. You holding your core on quite strong. Are you? I'm asking
I
you.
don't feel like it.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. So this is a lot what you're
Yeah.
gonna see. Like
Yeah.
they don't roll very well. So if you feel okay palpating, sit up nice and tall. Take your arms out in front of you. Okay. So you're gonna connect to your feet and you're gonna feel your sit bones rolling like wheels underneath you. Good, pause there. Can you tilt your pelvis a little bit more into yes? So when she's there, then come back forward and sit back up nice and tall. So take a breath in. Exhale, you're going to roll the pelvic halves away from your leg. Inhale, stay, don't go any further. You need to tuck your pelvis a little bit more. Come up a little bit higher with your upper back and scoop your belly in. And then come back forward and sit back up nice and tall. One more time. Roll the pelvis away from the legs, scoop your belly in like you've got ice cream in your abdominal wall. Yes, and then scoop it even further in to come back forward. Where her feet are still lifting because she's gripping onto her hip flexors. So her hip flexors need to let go so that she can scoop her bum out. This might be that she, I'm just curious, tail under when you roll back. No, she's still busy back. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. I was just seeing if that would be the cue.
something big.
Yeah. And then from like when you sat like that, you're hinging rather than like rolling.
But when I went tail cue, she kind of just crumpled out.
Just from
Yeah, that's okay. But this is what you'll see.
Yes.
So palpating cues, helping them. You said all the right things. She just, yeah.
She didn't do it.
She
It's
didn't
so
do it.
bad. You've got evidence of how crap well.
Watch this back.
And then we want to see if you're the body that she improves that stuff,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
we managed to find it.
Okay, quickly,
Okay,
long
then we're gonna
stretch.
go-
We won't have time to do all of it, but this is good.
Okay,
And also it shows you,
yeah, that's to be quite quick with this.
Yeah.
So jump off or set yourself off nice and carefully.
we'll do long stretch and
stretch.
try and get a mermaid in. Don't
Okay.
worry about jump board. So let's do long stretch and mermaid.
Okay, so we're going to come onto our long stretch. We've got blue and red. Okay, so from here we're going to come into a kneeling position onto the carriage. So if you
far? Lift your eyes up, Katie. Yeah.
Keeping that breast very nice and lifted. Good.
She's nearly there. She's not terrible.
Yeah, I feel like hips could come down slightly.
Yeah. So she needs to push through her feet more, not her arms first. So she needs to get her. No. It's
So
not
keep, yes, come in that position first. So then I want you to just come back. Stay there. Okay, so just send yourself, push into your feet a little bit. Just so I want you to bring this down so that if you think about your thighs being in, that's it.
Yes.
There. Now hold that position, and then you can then push it into your hands and get that movement from your underneath your arms. Yeah. So your rest of your body is going to stay really nice and still with just moving from the shoulders here. Bring it back in. So there.
Eyes up, Katie.
Yep. And then push down and back again.
You see, there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's really hard.
This hard.
Yeah. So come back in.
Good.
Lift your breastbone up. Think of being in a plank on the floor. Okay? So just visualize what that feels like. You've got really strong upper body, right? To be able to support the weight of the legs. So you're going to keep this shape. You can keep the trunk still and just kind of kick your knees backwards, pushing into your feet. Okay? Then come back in, pull the knees in front of you. Just do that a few times. Push the knees backwards, pull the knees forward. Without moving anything here. So keep this strong, really connect under here. Push until you feel you're in a plank like you would do on the floor. Okay, stay there. Hold there. Can you bring your ribs in a little bit more so that you feel more support in the front of you and in the back of the legs and in the shoulder blades. Do you feel this? Okay, keep this solid. Now just move the carriage back from your armpits. Stop. A bit further. Come back up from your armpits. Don't move anything else. Push from your armpits. Good. Pull from your armpits. Good. So you're keeping the support here, keeping the support here, keeping the support here. That's better. Yes? Feel the difference?
Yeah, amazing.
Okay. But it's